Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about making space in your life for life to work on you, which is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately and that I've been doing a lot for the last while. And what I mean by creating space for life to work on you is in relation to the pursuit of personal development and inner work and emotional work, which is something that I've at times in my life devoted an absurd amount of energy and attention to. And in my book, my new book, which I've got a copy of right here, in my new book, How to Open the Heart, I kind of chronicle a bunch of years of my life. And during part of the story that the book tells, I spent, years kind of pulled back from the world in this very intense, introspective period of inner work, of tearing apart myself and attempting to do this emotional healing. At times, that fervent, passionate, unrelenting diet of inner work and emotional processing was kind of misguided and didn't really lead me anywhere except for a lot of painful solitude and kind of just like burning in a pit of shame, which had its benefits. On the other side of that, there were extraordinary benefits to that. There were other times where that kind of like really focused, intense inner work was very fruitful, and it led to me connecting with emotions and pain that I disowned and letting it flow, giving it space to be felt and to express. And that led to those emotions evolving and parts of me like coming back into my awareness and waking up from some kind of disownment or slumber. And so I'm really grateful for all that time that I've spent in really intense inner work and introspection and emotional processing. However, what I want to talk about today is kind of the yin to that yang. Something that I've been thinking about, because for the last while, I haven't really done a lot of focused inner work. Like, I used to have a daily routine of like an hour or hours of sitting down and doing emotional processing work. And I gotta be honest, for the last 6 months, there have probably been times where I've done that here and there, but it's been so much less intensely regimented and the main practice that I've had. Occasionally I'll meditate when I feel like I really want to like calm myself or center. But my daily practice on some level of like emotion, like conscious emotional regulation, is a morning walk that I go on every morning. I go for an hour to an hour and a half walk every morning. I'm really blessed to live beside Stanley Park, which is a big forested natural area right by downtown Vancouver. And every day, every morning, the first thing that I basically do after getting up and taking a shower is go for this long walk. And the purpose of the walk is not exercise, although I do exercise incidentally. It's just like aimlessness is the point of the walk, to go out and be around nature, which is extraordinarily beautiful. Without my phone, I leave my phone at home, without any agenda as far as like accomplishing a workout or taking a photo or solving a problem that's on my mind. The walk is like this sacred time of emptiness. Now, it's not necessarily fully empty because I am going into the beauty of nature. I will probably see somebody and occasionally have a chat with one of the other regulars that I see on their morning walk every day. But the intention of it is more like a meditation but not as strict as a meditation. And I've been doing this for almost a year and a half now, well over a year. And over time, I've realized like how profound it is to create this space daily in my life where there's like tranquility, there's emptiness. I'm just creating a space where I can go with no distraction, to be present with my thoughts, my feelings, see what bubbles up to the surface inside of me when I'm on this walk. Often, if there's like conflict or pain going on that I haven't been aware of inside of me, it'll come up to the surface, because that's like the purpose of my walk, is to just create this empty space for what wants to be felt or experienced to be felt. And more than, and so often I'll end up in some kind of like inner dialogue, or a form of emotional processing will definitely take place regularly on my morning walk. But I think what has been most profound about it is creating an empty space where something greater than my mind can work on me. I think a good analogy for what I'm talking about is artists, songwriters, writers, creatives. Sometimes when they talk about their creative process, they'll talk about it as though something else is moving through them. I know that when I wrote my book, it felt like I was co-creating with what? I don't have a name for it. Like, you could call it the universe, God, source, Buddha, whatever. It's like nature, my soul. To me, the label, whatever label I like, changes kind of seasonally for whatever that greater power, that higher power, that creative force that moves through in the creative process, whatever that is. I don't have personally a strong attachment to any label for it. But I think in like writing a book, there's assistance that comes from something greater than my mind. Because my book, it's a work of art that I am not smart enough to have created on my own. It's really, this is a weird thing to say, but I feel it's very honest and it's not coming from an arrogant place. It's really fucking amazing. It's like this very refined, beautiful, sacred work. And I believe that something smarter than me helped me write it. Life itself, or some spirit of creative inspiration, love, truth, divinity. Again, I don't have a strong attachment to a label for what it is, but it's very normal for a lot of even atheistic creatives to notice that there's something greater than themselves that assists in the creative process. And I think that there's something greater than ourselves that assists in the process of emotional healing and emotional development that many of us are on. And just in the sense that a writer or a songwriter or an artist needs to kind of get their egos and their narrow mind kind of out of the way for this kind of creative expression that's bigger than anything their narrow mind could have imagined to move through. The same, in my experience, applies to emotional work and inner work. It's so beautiful and profound and important for us to learn how to process our emotions and explore ourselves and do inner work in this focused, direct way. But it's also extremely important to sometimes just get out of the way of life, get out of the way of something smarter than us, and let it move, let that wisdom move into us and through us. Sometimes for me, that looks like going for a long walk in the morning without a phone, without a real strong agenda. And sometimes it's just as simple as just trying to be quiet and listen. and remembering that we can do our best with our minds and with our focus and with our intention, and that often is really beautiful. And when we can also release the grip of our need to know, of our need to control, of our need to be at the steering wheel of our development, sometimes when we release that grip, we relax, something really brilliant moves through. And sometimes that's all we need to do, is just release that grip. That's all for today, I think. Please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested in my new book, How to Open the Heart, An Incredible Journey into Vulnerability, Empathy, and the Transformation of Consciousness, there will be a link in the description below this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a wonderful day.